Welcome back to the Breaker Bros, and tonight we're going to predict the Bengals versus Commanders this Monday night, or coming Monday night. Um, but I guess any initial thoughts before we get into the, official prediction?
Feels like a must win. I know I say that a lot at the beginning of the season, but I think they have to win this game.
Yeah, I mean they should. Very similar to the Patriots game in terms of you would think that Cincinnati's a clear favorite or a better team, so it's I wouldn't say it's like a must win, but it's a game that they should win, and I'm hoping they win convincingly. Like I just don't want it to be like a close game. I want them to at least win by like a score and a half, so like
Yeah.
10 points. I would like to see that.
Same.
But yeah, I guess two. I guess just to add to it, or what I hope to see, I would just like to see the Bengals control the line of scrimmage. Like I feel like this is a game where they should be able to establish the run, and then vice versa. I would like to see them actually try to stop the run, even though I feel like their defensive tackles are pretty banged up, and we just signed that was it Lawrence guy.
Yeah. Sign some guy. Lawrence.
But the thing is that I feel like he might, in a way, be kind of like an upgrade because like he's another person that specializes in the run, and I think we get Jenkins back. I hope. I'm not sure that's official yet, but I saw that he was practicing, so I'm excited to see him. But yeah, just on both sides of the ball, I would just like to see him to control the line of scrimmage, and I guess adding to that, Mims seems like he might be playing, or we might actually see him get a few snaps. I hope.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Looked like he was actually practicing this week. Is that the Bengals offense versus their defense, or?
Yeah, this is the Bengals offense versus the Commanders defense.
Okay. I feel like their interior defensive line was pretty decent, but I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with the Commanders in terms of like who their main players are. Are you pretty familiar with the Commanders?
I would have to say no, I'm not. I'm looking to see if I even know who any of their players are.
Yeah, when I was kind of looking through it, it seemed like I said, their interior defensive line is where like most of their high draft picks are.
Yeah. Is this Bobby Wagner?
Oh yeah. I saw him, but I feel like he's kind of getting older. But I mean, still a good player.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know Bobby Wagner. Who's Payne? Deron Payne. He's a pretty good player. I wonder if this DL3, what's this DL2, DL1?
Like their scores
Yeah,
don't look that great. I thought they'd be a little bit better from what I was looking into, but
they have hit Allen listed as 53rd out of 111 defensive interior players.
Okay, that's not too bad.
56 out of 111. And then Payne is 19th out of
Oh, okay.
111. So this is like a 3-4 defense, right?
Yeah.
So they got 3 down linemen and then 2 edge outside linebackers, except Farrell's out, according to the last screen. So their corners are, looks like their secondary, or at least their corners. I guess Davis isn't highly thought of.
No,
I don't even
doesn't
know
look
who
like
he
it.
is. So unranked, and then they have Chase ranked as a 43rd wide receiver in the NFL.
Can you flip it? Can we see our defense versus their offense?
Yeah.
But yeah, while you're doing that, I also feel like it's time for Burton to get a little bit more playing time. I feel like he should just be the number 3 option. I mean, with Yoshi and Jones. I guess what I'm saying is I feel like Irwin should be the odd person out. Like he should be depth, emergency, if someone gets hurt. I just feel like we could use a little bit more of a for that third option, receiving wise. Should be someone that has a little bit more of a big play capability.
Yeah, but Higgins is back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be
I'm saying the third receiver option. But I feel like Burton should get more looks. But I'm okay with either Yoshi or Jones. It's just I feel like Irwin should be the odd person out, essentially. Just because I would like to see bigger plays. And, before he used to be like so sure-handed, but I feel like he had a few opportunities this year so far, and he's kind of messed it up. And it's like now I'd rather see some of the younger people get more action now. If he's not going to come in with his like clutch catches. I know it's still kind of early because it's only like we're going into the 3rd game of the year, but still it's just like if he's kind of messing it up now, then we might as well give the opportunities to the younger people or the younger players, I should say. Is that our defense? I think we're having technical difficulties. I don't know if it's my internet. We'll see if he can join here. I thought something was up because I noticed he wasn't moving, but it could be my internet. So I don't even know. Okay, there he is.
Sorry,
no, it's okay. I couldn't tell if it was my internet or yours or whatever. But
yeah, it took me like 5 minutes to figure out whose it was, and then it turned out it was mine. Unless yours went out too.
Nah, I couldn't tell. I don't think it did, but
yeah,
it's all good.
So what were you saying?
Well, no, I mean, I was just saying, like, as far as like the receiving options, I think Irwin should be the depth in case someone gets hurt. I'd rather see the young guys because, they have big play potential. Yeah. So wow, their offensive line seems to be graded pretty decently. I feel like overall their offensive line might be graded better than ours.
Yeah,
which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, but look at our linebackers and corners.
No, the coverage.
Taylor Britt is the 2nd best corner in the NFL, and then Dax Hill, they have the 21st best.
That's pretty good. Yeah, no, the coverage wise, the Bengals have been doing pretty good. It's just the run defense is where they're the most suspect.
Yeah. Yeah, because they really like Wilson and Pratt.
So who is their left tackle? Because that's going to be a key matchup pretty much every week.
Cornelius Lucas.
That's going to be a key matchup with Hendrickson because we know he can be a game changer. So, like he was last week. I mean, he got 2 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy is probably going to do better than what we saw last week. So,
yeah.
I don't know. This is kind of this will probably be a hot take, but I feel like Lawrence Guy could be one of those people that we pick up in the season, and he somehow sticks around because if he's decent at stopping the run, I feel like that's going to be a very valuable thing.
I don't think that's a hot take to think that he could stick around with the team. I mean, just like all the depth challenges they've been having, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see McKinley Jackson. I know we won't see him possibly against the Ravens because that's the 5th game. I'm hoping he could be back by then because that would actually be a pretty big boost, especially against them because we know they rely on the run a lot. But I guess going into this week, just even seeing Jenkins and seeing if he can be a little bit of a relief and effective when he plays, which I think he can because what he did in college, that's what he specialized was the run defense. He hasn't played yet, so
Yeah. This is the name that drives me nuts.
who?
Sam Cosme.
Oh, because we could have drafted him,
Yeah, I remember they took
Carmen.
Jackson Carmen over this guy.
Yeah, it's rough.
And this guy is the 23rd best guard in the NFL, according to PFF. I mean, could have had him.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be going for a guard in the first round this coming draft. The Bengals, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they may go back and try to find another veteran with the money that they're paying Kappa now. I mean, I feel like they can find an upgrade whenever time comes. I feel like that's kind of looking too for it. Well, is this Kappa's last year? I think it is.
I don't know. I guess we look at the.
I know he signed a 4-year contract, and I feel like this might be his 4th year with the Bengals. And then T, he's been confirmed to play, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, if he played last week, I feel like we win that game. Because we were in the red zone in the goal line like several times, and I feel like we settled for a few field goals that I think if we had T, they would have ended up being touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw the Kappa. Yeah.
Says 2026 is his free agent year.
Oh, okay. All right. So we got him for 1 more year after this year. So this would be his 3rd year. What's the average?
I don't know what you mean. Average.
Like, I'm sorry, average per year. So
average
35 to
salary is 8.75. 4 times or 4 years, 35. So yeah, 8.75.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. It's actually kind of cheap for a guard nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they, I mean, looks like they could be drafting a guard. Because I feel like they're getting to the point where now, with some of these veterans that they have now, they can't really replace. Yeah, because now looking at it, I think the elite guards would make 16 around that range per year. Could be more than that, actually.
I don't know. Let's see.
I feel like 16 or 17.
What do you call franchise tag? Yeah. They just have all offensive linemen together?
Seems
That
weird.
seems weird. That's not a good way of looking at it. I thought guard would be broken out different.
I thought you could search by position. like highest
They
paid by
showed
position.
They just had offensive line. And
I meant on Spotrac.
probably. So top guards get 21.
True. Yeah,
Sam
yep.
Cosme, 18.5.
Yeah, definitely going to draft a guard. I can see it now.
Why?
Well,
Alex Kappa's 22. Guard.
yeah, because
payments.
I mean, if you want an average guard, then you're looking at least at paying, I'd say, 12 a year.
Yeah.
Unless they bring back what's his face a year.
Zeitler?
Yeah. It sounds like he's having another good year so far.
Yeah.
With the, I think he's playing for the Lions right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, going into next year, I mean, they're gonna look to having to pay Chase, and then I guess Cam Taylor Britt probably due for a contract. Because they'll probably give Volson Kappa money, and then they'll probably have to draft another. Yeah.
I mean, remember he had like according to PFF, he had a great
first game looked good, yeah.
And then he's back down to about what he normally is.
I would say he's probably like average, right?
I don't know.
I would say he's average, maybe slightly above average as his peak.
They have him as the 44th rated guard in the NFL.
It's not bad.
So
I would say that's average.
There's 66 guards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Kappa's average, right? 37, 44. I don't know. Splitting hairs, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He would probably get Kappa money, which is like 8 or 9 million a year, which is actually not bad if you think about it, because I would say an average tackle or guard should be making 12 a year, right? Mm-hmm. If the elite is making 20, 21. So yeah, I feel like guard, it's probably going to be addressed either in the first or second round, right? Well, they got one more year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready for draft. I haven't given up on this year yet. But maybe if we lose this next game, I will.
All right, just thinking ahead.
Yeah.
But with that said, yeah, so I think they definitely keep Kappa another year. I mean, at $8 million, it felt more than that. Now looking at it, now it makes sense that they would probably write it out. But yeah, no, I just feel like this is a game where I would like to see them actually control it from start to finish, and it would be nice to see him win more than by one score. So hopefully. And I would like to see him actually stick with the run game, and I guess to piggyback off of last week, I want to see them to continue expose like over the middle with the tight ends, because I think ultimately if they keep doing that, it's gonna prevent them from dropping the safeties consistently, and I think that's how they're gonna beat some teams over the top. It's just like nickel and dime them until they have to play safe, and then that's when you can beat them over the top. So I hope they just expand on what they did last week, continue with the tight ends, and then either get like those big passes to T, Chase, or even Burton.
To see them just do some more of the. I've seen a few highlights where you watch the play made more in the middle of the field, and then you see the running back out in the flat, like just in acres of space. And I think there was even a play where can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago where they had Chase like in the backfield and he went out in the flat and there was nobody near him. I just feel like that's a part of the field they can exploit with the way teams are playing them. Maybe you could get a chunk play if you could, hit either Moss or Chase Brown in the flat and have them, get a chunk play. Those sorts of things might, between what you said with the tight ends and attacking kind of the other parts of the field, I think will open things up. But then obviously Higgins being back is going to help a lot, I think.
Yeah, and I wouldn't imagine he's going to play like 100% of the snaps that he would normally play. I'm sure it'd be kind of like Chase, where they're going to ease him in.
Yeah,
throughout these next couple of games.
Chase is eased in because
I feel like Chase is probably closer to back to normal, and then even having Higgins out there 50% of the time with what he's normal or what he normally does is going to be pretty effective, just because it's T.
I mean, just going off of this, it just looks like they're the Commanders secondary, their corners.
Yeah, they should be able to pick them apart.
And their safeties aren't very good.
Yeah, no,
so that would be the advantage the Bengals have, is you would think that they'd have a significant advantage.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like you just got nickel and dime them, because the league has figured out you kind of have to drop both safeties to prevent that big play and not let that ultimately beat you early in the game. So you got to force them to play up, or to play like the middle of the field. And if you can do that, you're going to beat them over the top at some point, because it only takes one or two plays, especially with the guys that we have on offense. Oh, that's the guy we liked.
Yeah, Sammer still.
Yeah. And I guess the thing I'll say about Daniels, because I know some people are worried about him like running on us. I mean, yeah,
I'm worried about that.
I mean, if he's running on us wildly, then that would obviously mean that we're stopping the pass at some point.
I'm worried about Brian Robinson. I mean, look at how this team's built, right?
Yeah, they got a good offensive line.
Good offensive line, good running back, and a quarterback who can run a little bit. And Daniels is a big talent throwing the ball too. But I mean, you look on the outside, this just feels like another game where like the Patriots game. Like I feel like
I think they'll try that.
Redskins. The Commanders are going to try the same game plan as the Patriots.
But the thing is,
should be a little bit better at it, right? Because Daniels is much more mobile than Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't have the same mindset. Like, he doesn't have the same experience. I feel like
also got like.
I feel like the Bengals defense will be able to confuse Daniels a little bit more than Brissett.
Yeah, right. Brissett's a guy.
And then also, I would imagine we're going to play a lot of 5-man fronts defensively, like where we have Tufele, probably that guy, and then it sounds like Rankins is going to play, but I think we'll play 5 defensive linemen to slow down the run. Huh?
I thought they said Rankins was out.
Oh, he is out?
I don't know.
But Jenkins or whatever, I mean, whoever they put in, they're going to have 5 people on the line. And I feel like they're going to commit to stopping to the run early and force Jaden Daniels to have to pass on him.
Yeah, it says Rankins is out.
Okay.
Then BJ Hill's doubtful.
Okay. Then we might bring someone up from the practice squad.
I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I think that you're right. That maybe. Well,
I like Tufele, or I always mess up his name, but
I think Jenkins is gonna play.
Yeah.
And then they signed the other guy, and they kept the practice squad.
Yeah, Lawrence guy.
Yeah, but if I think I think Jenkins playing will help a little bit on the run defense. Did he play week 1? Was he out
No,
week 1?
no, he hasn't played at all. This is
Okay.
gonna be his debut, as well as
Yeah.
T. Higgins, and then Mims should be playing too.
Yeah.
I would like to
It's
see
gonna
him
be-
in,
they're gonna
especially
have
on the goal
to-
line.
They're going to have to stop the run.
For sure. I mean, I would imagine Washington's going to try to run early. That way it takes pressure off of Daniels. But unlike the first game of the year, I think the Bengals didn't really try to commit to stopping the run until the second half, until they made some of the adjustments. But even last week, I noticed that they started with the 5 defensive linemen early to kind of like, and I think they'll do the same thing. And in a way, having that guy might actually be Lawrence guy might be somewhat of an upgrade because he specializes in actually stopping the run. So,
Mm-hmm.
As well as having Jenkins, but yeah, these next couple of weeks are going to be interesting because we know these teams are going to try to expose the run, especially up the middle, and it's just hopefully we can stay, or hopefully they can just stop it enough to where, we can make it to week 5. Because I'm super excited to see McKinley Jackson. I know we liked him a lot early in the process as far as like looking into some of these prospects, and
Yeah.
I don't know, he stuck out to us, and I just feel like I think he's going to surprise people.
Yeah. If he's ready to go. Yeah.
That's another thing. If he's going to be ready to go, I mean,
It's
he
just
should be
like-
able to be back. I mean, he's eligible to be back against the Ravens game, but we don't know if he's
Yeah.
actually healthy enough.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, just
And I feel like that's the long play with Hill and Rankins, is that they're hoping that they'll be back by the Ravens game as well. I feel like they can kind of do patchwork with what we got with these next couple of weeks, because it's, the Commanders and Carolina. So I think that's probably what they're doing. I guess we'll see a lot of our other defensive tackle that we're not really high on. I can't think of his name. He actually played pretty good in the first game, I heard, and then the second game not so much.
a defensive tackle we don't like.
Yeah, on the Bengals.
I think I like all their defensive tackles.
He's from Florida, I think.
Oh, yeah, you don't like them. I don't have a problem with them. There we go. You are talking about
Carter.
Zach Carter.
Yeah.
I think Zach Carter's all right.
I think they might call up Dominic Davis.
You think?
Well, yeah, if Hill and Rankins
Hill
are not
and
playing.
Rankins are out, right?
Yeah.
Miles Murphy's out, but if Jenkins back, so I think they're planning on Jenkins and
Guy
Lawrence Guy
with
being
Tufele.
yeah, with Tufele and
Carter. It's gotta be Carter.
yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think the score is going to be?
Let's see here. They say the Bengals should be favored by 7.7.
Crazy.
I don't know. I wish they would just give us a score so I could see the score. Over, under, money line. All right. I'm not sophisticated enough for that. So, let's see. They're saying over, under 47.5. Bengals favored by 7. Right? So that means Bengals, they're predicting Bengals 27, Commanders 20. I think like the Commanders week 1, right? They were in a high scoring game. Let's see.
Honestly, I have no idea.
I think we can look at their record somehow. Summary? There you go, team records. Commanders. So they beat the Giants 21-18 and they lost 37-20 to Tampa. So I'm going to go 31-20 Bengals.
It's a pretty high score. I'm kind of surprised. I'm going to go 25-14 Bengals.
Bengals win.
You got to put a 5.
What?
You put 24.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Maybe that's the real score.
Oh, you could be right.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then we can go back and I'll have you change it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, all I really care about is them winning. So as long as they win, that's all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this game?
It's a must-win. I think it's a must-win. They can't start 0-3.
Yeah, I just wanted to see them dominate. And they played really good last week. They didn't play good enough to win it all, or to finish it out and win. But that's why I would like to see just a dominant game, a game that they should win, kind of like week 1. But that's redemption time. And it's gonna be Monday night, and I feel like they're gonna come out and show out. They like these type of games, so I'm excited. I can't wait. A few more days.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Peace.